just finished watching WandaVision. As soon as I came back from work, I turned on the TV and I put on WandaVision because I was really interested in seeing what this new episode is all about. So far, it's still stuck to the whole sitcom thing, and if you didn't like that in the first and second episode, you're not going to like it in the third episodes. Unless for some reason you really like the 70s sitcom, in which case, go for it. You may like it. I personally do. It's actually kind of funny. I used to watch a 50s or 60s sitcom about a talking horse. I think his name was Ed. I really enjoyed that show, and I kind of remind me of that show back in episode 1 and 2. So I appreciated it. I appreciated it in that aspect. But I know many people don't. And this episode really didn't, for the most part, it really didn't do anything too different from those previous episodes, except for the last 5 minutes. And for the 20 minutes, it's just weird nonsense about I don't know if I want to talk about it because it is a spoiler, but at the same time, it's just who gives a damn? Well, I don't give a damn, but I know many people do give a damn, so I probably shouldn't talk about it. I don't know. If you guys want to, comment below and let me know if you want to hear my spoiler thoughts about it, but I want to keep these short, so I'm not going to go into spoilers right now. Suffice to say that in the third episode, Wanda and Vision are dealing with something very personal and they need to get to the bottom of it. And of course, hijinks ensue, and it's pretty funny for me. It's 70s comedy skits, whatever, and it's not going to hit for everybody. So I don't know what the fuck I was trying to say there. So I think many people who didn't like the first and second episode, not gonna like the third episode. I did. But for those who didn't like the first and second episode and really don't like the third episode, I think the last 5 minutes might give them some hope that WandaVision is gonna take a drastic turn in the fourth episode. I'm not so sure it is. We're gonna be in the 80s if it keeps up this whole every episode is a decade of a the 70s and all that crap. So that means the fourth episode will be the 80s, and I think we're gonna get a little bit of the 80s. I do think that with every episode they're showing a bit more of what's wrong in this world. To me, it's not really, the mystery isn't what is wrong with this world, because I kind of have an idea of what is wrong already with it. Of course, I don't know the how, so that needs to be answered, I guess. What's really interesting to me is the who. Who is responsible for this anomaly that we find ourselves in? Example, why is Vision alive in this series? He's supposed to be dead. And I hope they don't cop out the whole fuck. Vision's back. I meant fucking Vision. Vision's back because of this series, and yay, he's no longer dead. But I hope that when this series ends, Vision is still dead. I want him to stay dead. But other than that, I'm really curious about who is responsible for this, because they are tugging in both directions. One direction is the obvious one that you see in episode 2. That hint is pretty obvious, and you kind of okay, most likely Group A is responsible for what is happening. But in the first episode and a little bit of the second episode, right towards the last minute of it, they also showed that Group B is also here and they have power over this world. And I'm really hoping that Group B pulls ahead and is actually you think it's Group A, but nah, it's Group B. And Group B is using Group A as a cover. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm not gonna name who's Group A. I'm not gonna name who's Group B. I think there's also maybe a third party. There has to be a third party. There has to be. I just don't know what's their role. So whoever the third party is, whoever Group C is, I don't know what they're gonna do. But I'm really rooting for Group B, because that's gonna be the more interesting persons to be responsible for this, I guess. I don't exactly know how Group B is responsible for all of this, but if Group B is responsible, that's gonna be cool. I want to know what they're doing. But Group A can also be the one responsible, so maybe they're trying to do hey, it's Group A. No, wait, it's Group B, but no, it's Group A actually. If they pull that, I'm really hoping they pull it correctly and it's not just a dumb idea. I'm really hoping it's that dumb. Anyways, that's the whole reason why I'm kind of actually watching this show to begin with. I just really want to know the answers to these questions, and I hope it doesn't let me down. But that's it for now. So tell me in the comments below what do you think of the show so far. I know many people don't actually like it, but I know a lot of people who are actually kind of looking forward to it because they want to know the answers just like I do. I only have one question that I want answered. Everything else can just kind of go wherever it wants to go. I just want to know that question, like who is responsible for this? And I guess the subsequent question would be the how and why, I guess. So I don't know. That's the how and why is less important to me as in the who. And I know the comic book fans are going like, actually, it's obviously group blank. So it's like, all right, cool. Obviously, that's what happened in the comic books. I don't know if it's gonna happen in the live action show, but I'm kind of rooting for Group B to prevail and that to be the actual answer. But that's it for now, guys. Thank you for coming to the Lobby for Hobbies, and I'll see you next time you check in at the lobby. Peace.